The jury selection for the Young Thug trial has already lasted longer than any other trial in Georgia history. We're going on 10 months now that not a single juror has been selected. Yes, you heard me correctly, not a single one has been selected. And now the state suddenly added 308 witnesses to make it a total of over 600 witnesses against YSL. And this obviously completely blindsided Thug's team. I mean, 300 more witnesses. Like, we're already 10 months in a jury selection. What are we doing here? This is insane. If you're new to my channel, subscribe from my Twitter and Instagram. Let's get right into it. All right, so here's Thugger Daily, a really good Twitter that keeps up to date with his trial. He says, YSL jury selection update. State spies on potential jurors. In August, the state asked the judge to dismiss a potential juror for 2 reasons. He said he listened to Young Thug's music, although he claimed he spent 4 nights a week in Fulton County. His documented address is in Cobb County. The judge denied the state's motion and the juror moved to the next stage of jury selection. What? First of all, how did this guy move to the next phase of jury selection when he listens to Thug's music? That blows my mind. I don't know how that's a thing. Clearly, he might be biased towards Thug in that situation, so he can't. I don't understand that. But since then, the state has surveilled and kept track of the jurors' movements through license plate cameras. Did you guys just hear that? Are we in North Korea? Like, what? Isn't that fucking crazy? They can track you through your license plate cameras to see if you are lying about where you're presently at. They have filed a new motion to dismiss this juror because they watched him spend the night in Cobb County 28 out of the past 30 nights, making him unfit to be a potential juror. And here's the motion to get rid of this juror. Juror B should be set aside for the cause and the trial of this matter for 3 reasons. His avowed and unrehabilitated bias in favor of the defendant and against the state in this case renders him profoundly unfit for service pursuant to whatever. His residence in Cobb rather than Fulton County renders him incompetent to serve. His failure to supply honest answers to material questions during voir dire renders him unfit to serve. So yeah, I don't think that guy could be on the jury. He's clearly biased towards Thug. I mean, he's a fucking fan. If I was on the jury, I'd be biased towards Young Thug. I'm gonna be honest, boys. That's how it works. You're a fan of their music. Listen to the guy for fucking 8 years. So here we go. Young Thug's lawyer has updated the defense witness list. The most notable addition is Clifford T.I. Harris. So T.I., a close friend of Young Thug. Let's see this witness list, boys. I don't recognize any of these names really besides Lear Cohen. That's like a music executive guy. Carly, OMG, is she a real one? Oh, so I guess his girlfriend is one of these witnesses. Jesus, that's my guess. I don't know who Carly is. Mondo, crying laughing emoji. Bro gonna get annihilated on that stand. Better keep the same energy and keep saying he's the one who started YSL. Oh, it's that guy. Okay. For 8 years, the state has accused Yak Gotti of being in the car that committed the drive-by shooting and killing of Donovan Thomas Jr. or Nut. He's given the state notice that he has an alibi. A witness will be testifying that he was with her during the shooting, making it impossible that he was in the drive-by car. That's crazy. Bro's pulling up receipts where he was at fucking 8 years ago. Jesus, here we go. Mr. Kendrick intends to offer a defensive alibi stating that Mr. Kendrick was with Miss Blank in a car with her and at her apartment at the time of the murder of Donovan Thomas on January 10th, 2015. That's crazy. So it looks like Thug's lawyer filed this huge motion right here for remedies based upon intentional statutory discovery violations as well as intentional prosecutorial bad faith that has caused prejudice by violating Mr. Williams' constitutional right to a fair trial. So this pertains to, out of nowhere, the state added like 300 more witnesses to their witness list, making it, I think, over 600 witnesses. That's the last thing I read was 600 witnesses. Out of nowhere, 10 months into jury selection. We're 10 months into jury selection on this trial. That's like insane. It's record setting. All 308 new witnesses be excluded. All discovery and discovery 12 and thereafter be excluded from trial. The prosecution continue with its obligations to provide anything that they have not served upon Mr. Williams, that is Brady evidence, exculpatory mitigating evidence, and any other discovery that must be provided that is mandated by law, but none of this non-served discovery can be used. Mr. Williams be granted bond as Mr. Williams has been prejudiced repeatedly by the prosecution's misrepresentations. If this honorable court does not exclude these 308 witnesses, undersigned counsel needs even more contact with Mr. Williams. It is not constitutionally effective to sit in court and talk with Mr. Williams about this case and to schedule meetings outside of court while Mr. Williams is in confinement. Dude, I think it's crazy that they're like making it hard for him to talk to his lawyers. That's so fucked. And he's still like in a room where they don't turn the lights off, apparently. Literally the lights are on at all times, so it makes it hard to sleep. I know you could put like a pillow in your face or something, but like, damn, that's fucked. I'm pretty sure that's like a torture fucking tactic. And he was also complaining about the food in jail, like only eating candy, but obviously the food in jail is gonna be terrible, so I don't know how I feel about that one, but who knows what's happening. Mr. Williams needs to be released on a reasonable bond so that he can be in constant communication with counsel, whether in person or privileged call, to assist in his defense as mandated by the Constitution. The jail communications are no longer workable upon the prosecution's additional workload that they just put upon the undersigned counsel. Yeah, because think about it. They added 300 fucking witnesses and new discovery to the case, 10 months into jury selection. And think about from a lawyer's perspective, the amount of work that you have to do to go through all these witnesses and all this new discovery while you're selecting a jury. This is literally not fair. Let's be honest. The prosecutor must notify the parties 2 weeks in advance of the witnesses whom they intend to call, in the order they will be called at trial, as well as any and all exhibits, documents, recordings, jail calls that they will seek to introduce into evidence in the 2 weeks to come. Moreover, the prosecutor must provide the names of who is actually coming to testify in court, not rely upon over 600 people as outlined in the witness list. Naming 600 people plus on a witness list is objectively wrong when compared to prosecution's announcement that this is a potential 3-month trial. How the fuck do you go through 600 people as witnesses? That's insane. He also demands the prosecution answer questions clarifying the intentions behind their actions. For example, the state accidentally left the phrase "do not serve yet" in some of their evidence file names, clearly showing they were intentionally delaying the sharing of evidence. Are you fucking kidding me? Who made the decision and who was aware of the decision by the prosecution team to intentionally do not serve yet so that the accused would be blind to this mandatory discovery until over 14 months after the district attorney's office stated that all discovery was ready, organized, prepared to be shared with the accused? Oh, this is fucked. That's so messed up. They're purposely delaying giving information to the defense. I mean, this sounds like what happened in the Melly trial, but even worse almost. Like they sent over papers that says "do not serve yet." I mean, this is just messed up. What? Young Thug's dad apparently was in an interview right here.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing. People don't understand the relationship. They got this thing saying that Gunna is a rat and he's done this and done that.
But see, let me try to help the attorney clarify that a little simpler.
Okay.
Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case. Period.
He also said Gunna has been railroaded and that he personally told Gunna that he should release music ASAP and make money for the YSL label. Oh, I know this Sylvia lady. I follow her on Instagram. I'm just not realizing. This guy Cordarius Dorsey was going viral because he was part of the co-defendants on the trial. He was doing shit like this in court, like weird ass behavior. I never really covered it because I actually kind of felt bad for him. But then I slowly realized that I think he's fucking like faking it. And then everyone else was saying he's faking it. So I was like, all right, never mind. I don't feel bad for him anymore. And he also is a murderer. So yeah, take the L, brother. You're going to jail for the rest of your life. His weird behavior in court has continued on and off. So Young Thug's lawyers will certainly continue to try to get him removed from the YSL trial. I think I remember seeing this guy did get severed from the case or something. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the update on the Thug trial. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. From my Twitter and Instagram. Welcome, love you boys. Peace out.